what you're saying. Nani? Get out my business, okay?
But we'll push on. Hey, how you doing? My name is Heero. We're here talking about financial literacy in the markets, but we've had so many developments that went on throughout this week, and a major focus that was on everyone's mind for some strange reason, but people seemed oblivious to talking about it, was the job numbers. The job numbers have been steadily increasing, and things have been getting better, but with things getting better, it has left room for people to kind of squander away the opportunity that we are faced with right now. And the great opportunity that we're being faced with right now is to redo the whole system, right? To redo the whole system. Jay Mata, I hope you're still on. I've just followed you back. Appreciate you, bro. I just like for us to sit here idly and not acknowledge the great opportunity we have to fix the system is going to leave a lot of people hurt. So I'm one of those excited people who get like super amped and super hyped about fixing the system, right? Fixing the system, because why would, like, logically, why would anyone who's getting paid more to stay home, go back to work, to be treated like shit and get paid less? Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So we are going to take a closer look at what might be causing this, but also what is reversing this. What are some people doing? What are some companies doing to help alleviate this? Because believe it or not, it's more than just, oh, I don't want to work. There's some real major concerns that are going into it. And I'm going to talk about 3 major concerns that are probably stopping you from going back to work, because in the first of the month for June, more people quit their jobs than got hired. And that says a lot about even just the hiring process. Like, the hiring process is very arcane and very cliquish. And because it was so made to be so cliquish, because there was an abundance of people who wanted jobs, now that there's nobody wanting jobs, how do you discern who's a good employee versus, who's someone you would rather look at work instead of being a real person? So let's take a look at this shit, right? Let's watch this real quick. It's about 2 minutes, but we ain't gonna get into it all. Let's see what they got.
California workers filed the fewest unemployment claims for the week that ended June 5th since just before government agencies began to order wide-ranging business shutdowns to combat the coronavirus. Statewide initial jobless claims totaled 53,000 last week, 19,000 fewer than the prior week, the U.S. Labor Department reported. Last week's unemployment filings in California were the lowest since the week that ended on March 7, 2020, 15 months ago. After that time, state and local government officials launched full-scale business lockdowns to slow the spread of the lethal coronavirus. Nationwide, first-time unemployment filings totaled 376,000, down 9,000 from the 385,000 jobless claims that were filed for the week that ended May 29, the Labor Department reported. The U claims numbers were adjusted for seasonal variations. California accounted for 14.4% of all of the unemployment claims filed in the U.S., even though the state has only 11.8% of the nation's labor force. The figures were derived by using comparable numbers that weren't adjusted for seasonal volatility. During March and April of last year, California lost a record-setting 2.71 million jobs. From May 2020 through April 2021, the state has regained 1.3 million of those lost positions. The figures mean that California remains 1.41 million jobs short of regaining what it lost just in those 2 months. Nationwide, nearly 3.5 million were receiving traditional state unemployment benefits the week of May 29, down by 258.
And I want to stop right there, because that's a lot to digest. What that basically tells me, that our economy wasn't really in a position to be touting itself as this oblivious, like this great, well-oiled machine. Like, people were struggling long before the pandemic got around, and all the pandemic did was exacerbate a lot of our weaknesses. The fact that no one really does have $500 for an emergency, not even to mention a year's worth of emergencies, because if you lost your job in the beginning of the pandemic and you haven't got a job yet, you've literally been living off of a prayer. And in the words of Trump, that's not your fault. It's his. The fucking orange Oompa Loompa. But let's, take this and ride with it, right? What's 3 reasons why people wouldn't go to work besides the fact that, they're getting paid to stay home, basically. One, people have proven that they can do their jobs without being in an office. And me personally, I would not have been able to hold on to my last job from 2019 if I had to go in every day, because I don't like dealing with the bureaucracy and the bullshit of people just day in and day out. The fucking Karens, when the Karens don't have anyone to harass, they harass people at work. And Karens are embedded into these organizations like cancers. And you gotta, if you dig one out, it literally might tear the whole company apart. 2, childcare. A lot of these schools aren't opening back up because a lot of these schools aren't equipped, because we spent decades, centuries, defunding our education in order to fund our police state. So, once again, the pandemic has done nothing but exacerbate a lot of our weaknesses. And then 3rd, but not least, this one kind of sticks with me, and it makes a lot more sense than anything else. Who do these companies think are going to walk out into the middle of a pandemic, because we're still in one, when these employers don't pay livable wages and they don't pay proper insurance? Who's going to go out here and risk their health to flip a burger? The only youthful people would be jarred in for this, and youthful people, millennials and Zoomers who are coming into the workforce, if they don't have to do manual labor, they don't want to be in the office for health reasons, for mental health reasons, and because fuck your office. These are all legitimate reasons why this isn't working, and why the unemployment number is going to be high even though the economy is ready to open. Who'd have thunk it? You need people to work those low-end jobs to keep money in your pockets. And what's going to be the Achilles heel here? Well, some states like Alabama, Texas, Arkansas, Alaska, and so forth, a lot of red states, have decided to stop accepting federal aid from the corona from the corona pandemic bill, the PPP loans and all that stuff. They've decided to stop accepting it. Not even saying that they had enough to begin with. So they're going to punish people because companies don't want to treat them right. Like, there is the equivalent of putting a gun to someone's head and saying, walk through fire. And then when they say, no, I don't want to, you say, but you're going to, because I have a gun at your head. That's that madness right there. That's that ludicrous. That's that BS. But, I'm interested to know, are you someone that has been laid off? Are you currently working? If you are, I'd love to know, what did it take for you to get back into work? A lot of places are looking into getting bonuses and giving those out. And, hey, more power to you. Get your goddamn money, man. Get your money, man. Because these people don't care about you. Facts. They don't care. They don't care. So get your money. Get your bonuses. Don't go back to work unless you get a bonus. And are you someone who'd be willing to go back to work as long as you could work from home? If it was a hybrid, do you feel going back into work is necessary for your job? Especially if you're a computer only type person. I would never go back in the office. I'd literally be doing my work from a beach every day. But these are the things I want to know. Tell me about what your plans are. Tell me about some trials and tribulations you might have experienced while you were going through this pandemic. I'd love to know about it. But for everything in between, here and there, like, share, subscribe. You guys know the routine. Like, share, subscribe, sub to the channel. If you have Amazon Prime, you can sub to the channel for free for 1 month. I greatly appreciate that. YouTube is always available. We are always looking for ways to expand and grow our channel. And you guys bring the love, and we appreciate that. So keep helping us out. Keep pushing forward. Take care of yourselves. Go get your shot if you can. Be good to each other. Be better to yourself, because, like I said, these motherfuckers don't care. Peace. Wait, what happened?
But I'm 6 like 4 days. Keeps up against the vibes. but it's so hard to find through the daily grind. Been working overtime, and I'm sleep deprived. Shorty on my line and we fuss and fight. Seems like every night. Don't care who's wrong or right. I hope the end is sight. Slow it down.